And getting a nice piece of jewelry or investing in some gold or silver can be exciting, and you naturally want it to be the real deal. But sometimes it can be hard to spot a fake. Fortunately, the folks at Lynchburg Pawn can help with a state-of-the-art machine. I found out more.
Well, we had a customer come in, in the past couple of days, and she actually had bought this from a reputable dealer, and it looks like Tiffany. She thought it was Tiffany. She wanted to sell it, and because she just didn't want it anymore. I put it on the machine to test it, and it actually came out to where it was not. It was actually copper, and there's been a lot of fakes and knockoffs going around the market these days. So, that's why we bought this machine, which it's a thermo niton machine, and it actually does an X-ray of each individual piece and scans and tells you what elements are actually in that particular piece.
And they look almost identical, so I could see why, she might not know the difference. And
right here, and they're pretty much, that's pretty hard to tell the difference.
So really putting it inside the machine, and I've been in here for a little while, everybody uses this machine for every piece of jewelry that comes into this place. Show us what the real one looks like and what the fake one looks like.
All right, and as I was telling you earlier, that, just lay the Tiffany, this is one of our normal Tiffany pieces on here, but a lot of your higher-end name brands are going to use, a much higher quality of sterling other than the 92.5%, whereas this one's coming as almost 93.5%. A little bit 4% copper, a little bit of lead, and a little bit of zinc. We'll take the same piece of what looks like the same of what she dropped off the other day. Exact same tests. And as you'll see, it's going to come up with just a very small silver plating to it, 95% copper.
And that's really worrisome because you said she bought it from a reputable dealer. What happens after that as a consumer?
She had actually called the dealer while I was here, and I talked to the dealer and told him what was going on. And he sounded very friendly. I never met him. He asked me what machine it was. I told him. I think he's probably going to end up buying one of these machines just for the insurance policy on it.
Exactly. And let's talk about the silver over here because, without this machine, sometimes it would be hard for you to even figure out, and you're used to this, what's real and what isn't.
Well, here's the deal. There's so many things. We'll use these two bars maybe to let you know. Gold and silver, neither one are magnetic. Now, neither is copper. Mm-hmm. So put a magnet to this, it comes up. Mm-hmm. When you scan it on the machine, it'll read right through the plastic. It's going to come up, and you're going to see that this particular piece actually has 74% copper, 13% of iron.
So if your average Joe had a magnet, they would have been able to know that wouldn't have been real.
Now, the scary part, again, that one's to the magnet, this one, and both of them are marked .999 silver. The reason this one is not magnetic is that it has the copper and the zinc. So it gets a little scary because you're not going to scratch one of these bars because they're nice, shiny little bars that people collect.
Right, and then people collect this stuff for investments for the future too. So you want to make sure what you bought was real the first time.
Yes, and I'll tell you, to give you an idea of how accurate this is just a 5-ounce Silvertown bar, and it's .999 silver. Put it up there. Click on the start, and as you'll see, it shows 4 nines all the way across with no other alloys to it.
So this is a great insurance policy, and if folks out there want to know about the stuff they already own, will you let them come in here and test it?
Feel free to bring it in. We'll test it for you for free. Get affiliated with the shop,
and even more importantly, if they want to buy it from you too, they can test it out right here before they buy.
I think we were talking about your daughter and how she's allergic to nickel, and we had that 14-karat gold ring over here, and there are a lot of people that are allergic to nickel, and they break out very very sensitive to it.
Right.
So before you buy it, this is marked 14 karat. It's coming up as 14 karat, 59% gold. Got a little bit of copper in there, but then you also come up with almost 9% nickel, which would break your daughter out.
Yeah, and especially if that's a wedding ring or something like that, it's something you wear all the time, so it's important to know ahead of time, whether it's going to bother you.
So whether it's platinum, silver, gold, palladium, we can let you know what it is.
And if you'd like to test your belongings or learn more about Lynchburg Pawn's merchandise, they're located on Ford Avenue in Lynchburg, 434-845-PAWN, or you can go online to lynchburgpawnshop.com.